Another month passes, and that can only mean one thing. It's an opportunity to check in on my Trading 212 portfolio that holds both my Vanguard ETF pie as well as my individual stocks and shares. I do these every month, and it's an opportunity for me to track my own personal journey from when I first started investing, when I invested just £500, all the way through to when I reach my investing horizon. And I want to bring you along for the ride with me to show exactly what just a normal average person can do if they invest consistently, little and often, over a multitude of years and let time do all the heavy lifting. Nothing you see here is investing advice. It's important to know that you should never invest more than you can afford to lose and make your own decisions when it comes to investing. And with all that out of the way, let's have a look at where my portfolio was around a month ago. When we last did a portfolio update, it was valued at £38,708, and that was, as I say, about a month ago now. Lots has happened in the market since then. We've seen a Google rally off the back of some important news that we've been waiting for a significant amount of time now, and we've actually seen the Vanguard Japan ETF boom over 3% in just a month. So let's see what all of that means for my portfolio. So here we are then inside my Trading 212 portfolio. The US market is still open, so things are going to move around a little bit, but my portfolio is currently valued at £39,460.94. Over the last month, I've invested around £305, so we've seen around £400 to £450 of capital growth in that time. We'll start off, as always, with the backbone of my portfolio, which is my collection of Vanguard ETFs. I call it my 6-fund portfolio, which I affectionately know as boring but effective. If you want to see exactly what I hold in that pie, you can have a look at the video just up here where I break it down exactly why I invest in this rather than the VWRL. And if you want to copy the pie, the link is in the description below, along with a Trading 212 sign up, where if you sign up and invest just a really small amount, you can get a free share valued up to £100. So if you do use that, thank you in advance. My ETF pie currently makes up just over £30,000 at £30,048.78. Over the last month, we're up 1.6% or £487.79. You can see here all the jumps and moves around over time. Over the last week, we're up 0.8%. Today, we're up 0.5%. And if we look back to over the last 3 months, we're up an incredible 7.7%. or £2,135. We'll click through and have a look at the holdings. As we've mentioned, you can have a look at the holdings in the video that I just explained, but over the duration of holding these ETFs, that's both on the Vanguard platform and then since it's transformed over here, is up £7,249.55. That doesn't include dividends, that is literally capital gains, or 31.8%. My pie is currently classed as slightly unbalanced, and you can see here the breakdowns of the holdings, which includes both my target holdings on the right-hand side here and the current weighting towards each of those ETFs. The S&P 500 makes up the largest proportion of my overall holdings, valued at £15,882.59. In this investment, we're up 42.75%, or just under £5,000 at £4,833. The next largest is the emerging markets, with a total invested value of £4,266.11. We're up just under 15.5% here. Next, we've got the Vanguard FTSE Developed Europe ex-UK, valued at £3,195, or up 21.21%. Next, we've got the FTSE 100, which is valued at £3,116. We're up 30.63% here. And the last two that I hold in my portfolio is the FTSE Japan, which has done really well over the last month, actually, as I mentioned at the beginning, up 22.5% with a total value of £2,243. And lastly, we've got the smallest holding within my Vanguard pie, which is the FTSE Developed Asia Pacific ex-Japan, total value of £1,345, and we're up a little under 12% here. I've held all of these ETFs now for between 4 and 6 years, which just shows if you hold on for the long term, you can get some really nice gains from consistent investing. If we work through the rest of my portfolio, the largest individual company that I own is Nvidia. I own 17.6 shares of this company, currently valued at £2,203.96. We're up just under 53% here, and you can see it's down 5.5% over the last month. If we change that to the last 3 months, we're up a little under 20%. So short term, not done too well, the very short term. In the medium term, kind of the short to medium term, 3 months, we cannot be happy with where we're going there. Microsoft, we're up just under 10% with a value of £955. Alphabet, having a particularly good month following positive confirmation from its lawsuit, is up 34.85% over the last 3 months. Over the last month, we're up just under 20%. So absolutely fantastic rally here. I own 4.9 shares in this company, or a total value of £848. Next, we've got Realty Income. Not massive growth here, but it does pay a consistent dividend of around 5.5%. So we're up £12.42, total value of £810. But like I say, we get around 27 cents per share each month that I hold on to this. Can't complain. If we come further down, we've got Apple, not doing too badly over the last month. I'm up 21.88% with a total value of £745. Further down, we've got Amazon. Lots of my investments are in kind of the Mag 7. I'm very heavily allocated towards them across both the S&P 500 and my individual holdings as well. And Amazon's up 6.34% over the last month. I'm up just over 16% with a current holding of £554. BAE Systems, over the last month, there's been some positive news about a big purchase recently. Over the last month, up 3.3%. I'm up 40.5%, or a total value of £481.16. We've then got Coca-Cola, which is down 3% over the last month. Over the longevity of holding this, I'm up 5%, with a total invested cash of £407. We'll keep working down. We've next got Shell, which is fairly level over the last month. We've seen a little bit of a dip off over the last few weeks, but I'm actually down in this investment over the long term of holding this, down 7.1%, a total invested cash of £369. We then work down to another large dividend payer, which is Legal & General, down almost 9% this month. I'm down 2.5% with a total invested cash of £340. However, it does pay a very, very nice dividend twice a year. We've actually got one coming out later this month where I'm expecting to get 6 pence per share, holding just under 150 shares in this company. I'm looking at a dividend of around £8.59. Staying with the FTSE 100 theme, next we've got Rio Tinto, up just under 3% over the last month. I'm still down in this investment with a total invested cash of £330, down just under 8%, just over 8% even. The last 5 companies in my portfolio then are Pfizer, which is up 2% this last month. I've got just under £300 invested in this. As I say, a really nice dividend pair again, which pays just over 7% at the moment, so really can't complain there. It's not done too well in terms of capital growth, with me down just under 12%, but that dividend is consistent and it's quarterly. AT&T is up around 5% this month. I'm up 50% in this investment. I did port this across from my invest account across to my stocks and shares account, and when I did that, I was down. So whilst it says 50% there, I ported it across when it was very low, so it's kind of looks unnaturally high, but it's nice to look at. Unilever, again, up 4%. Lots of these are having some really positive growth over the last month or so, up 20.5%. Last two, then we've got Johnson & Johnson, up around 10.5%, or 5% this last month. And we'll finish off with Starbucks, which again has kind of fallen a little bit. We're down 5% this month. Over the last 3 months, we're down around 6%, and I personally am down just under 12%. We'll click through to the history, and you can see that the dividends that I've received over the last month, received one from Pfizer just recently, but in August I received one from Starbucks, Realty Income, Apple, and AT&T. Over the last month then I received a total of £7.62 in dividends. September and October are usually large months in terms of dividends, with me getting lots of dividends for individual stocks and shares in September, and then even more across my ETFs within late September or early October. So over the next 2 updates, you'll see that come into my portfolio, and you'll see how I allocate that capital as well. So there we have it, a quick breakdown of my current investment portfolio on Trading 212, with both my Vanguard ETFs and my individual stocks and shares. This has grown over time. I've been investing for over 6 years now, and hopefully this shows actually what you could do as well if you started now and where you could be in 6 years' time. As always, if you do enjoy these videos, please do subscribe to the channel and like the video, and let me know how your investing has been going over the last month. If you want to see my year-by-year growth over the first 5 years of my investing journey, you can catch that video just up here. And if you're thinking about changing from your current investing platform to Trading 212, I've got a video just up here which shows you exactly how to do it, the time frames, and my experience. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.